and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list and maybe a little scary, but it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188, and you can email me at Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. If you work in a dangerous or logistically intense industry, you know good training can be a challenge. There are training costs, safety concerns, and difficulty replicating real-world scenarios. There's a better way used right now in the Army and in all our armed services to better prepare our heroes, and it's available to you in your organizations. Higher Echelon's Game Development Team is revolutionizing learning in military training, dangerous industry, STEM, and sports performance domains with cutting-edge virtual training that immerses you in lifelike scenarios without the cost and safety concerns for trainees. With Higher Echelon's game-based training, you'll experience realistic simulations, precision accuracy, and unparalleled safety. Higher Echelon founder Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets and puts that experience to use. His team has been building cutting-edge virtual training environments for soldiers and clients for a decade. Higher Echelon, the name you can trust for advanced training solutions. Reach out at higherechelon.com to get your free consultation. Go higher and go Army.
Not looking or feeling your best? No energy for the things you like to do? Ready to look and feel younger? Make your appointment at Advanced Life Clinic, one of the region's foremost destinations for patients interested in looking and feeling their best. Specializing in advanced laser treatments and weight loss, male and female rejuvenation to offset the effects of aging, and more. See how Advanced Life Clinic can help you enjoy your life again. Call 256-882-6555 or log on advancedlifeclinic.com.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
It is a special week here in the state of Alabama as we get set for the Iron Bowl, and we do so here from Full Moon Barbecue, right off the Parkway, in the front yard of Home Depot, right behind us as well. So come on by. Love to see you out here at Full Moon Barbecue. There's also a gathering of thanks coming up on Thursday. Don't forget to pick up some sweet potato casserole, mashed potatoes and gravy, or how about the award-winning squash casserole here at Full Moon Barbecue. And don't forget about the pies here at Full Moon. How are you, Wes?
Doing good, Steve. Doing good.
We are all doing better than how Auburn looked on Saturday. That was tough to watch. I mean, there's just no other way to put it.
It's just, I was shocked, to be honest with you. I thought they had turned the corner, as a lot of people did, against Arkansas, as well they played.
Yeah.
You know, just watching the game in your head and seeing the way the quarterback at the end of the game was just eating the ball, not trying to make a play, just kind of.
It was 10-7 at halftime.
Yeah, and Auburn ran 5 plays in the first quarter and a couple minutes into the second quarter, and they'd ran 5 plays and just never got in a rhythm, and had a couple first downs and that were called back because of holding and different penalties. And
2 of 10 on third down.
Yeah, but in the fourth quarter they got whipped.
Yeah,
and
14-3
that's what I was
on the
just
scoreboard.
Absolutely shocked. I think they'll play better this week. I don't think they'll play. It's obviously they weren't prepared for the game. I didn't think the quarterback for Auburn was prepared for the game. It's hard to explain how a team could look like they got better every week after the LSU game and then lay an egg kind of similar to the LSU game against a team that doesn't have the offensive talent, definitely, of LSU.
Talented team, but
oh yeah, I mean, yeah,
New Mexico State,
they played hard, and you got to be they beat Liberty last year, and it seemed like to me, if you go back and watch the tape, which I'd noticed during the game, I haven't gone back and watched it because I don't think I could stomach it, but they do a certain motion, and they knew where the play was going. I mean, they had prepared so much, I guess, and they watched them last year, and they'd run a certain motion, and then they'd do a certain blitz, and they had several times they shut down the running game because they knew where the ball was going.
Well, and if anything, that will help Auburn in terms of tells for this game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think how
is there not enough time?
Well, I don't think anything from any kind of a loss like that doesn't do anything to help anything. All it does is it helps you. If Alabama watches the tape, maybe they come in and cocky and Auburn plays better. That's what. Yeah. To me, you
make them show them that you've changed.
Yeah, I don't. There's nothing good that happened on that tape.
No.
My biggest concern, if I'm an Auburn guy, is the quarterback.
Yeah.
Peyton Thorne and how he.
How did he stay?
He was running for his life. They didn't block very well. When there were several holding penalties that were just stupid holding penalties.
Yeah.
Did you watch last weekend?
Here's Hugh Freeze. His lesson for his team today, focus.
Well, my lesson that I'm teaching today is about focus, and we'll see if they respond. I mean, they get a choice. Everybody has a choice of how you respond to whatever you're dealing with, and we'll all have that choice this week, but you sure would hope that if they got any type of competitive spirit in them as an individual, they're going to shake off the cobwebs and get ready for this war that they're getting ready to go into, and it will be that.
No one did ask Coach whether or not he would schedule any more meetings with Jerry Kill moving forward. I don't see that happening anytime soon, but nonetheless, Coach Saban was asked about his friendship with the Auburn head coach. Here is Coach Saban.
I play against all kind of guys and all kind of coaches that coach for me, that I'm good friends with, whether it was Belichick when we were together, and then all of a sudden I'm at Miami and he's at New England, all the guys in college coaching that you have to play against. I've always been a guy that has a lot of respect for coaches and what we do to try to promote our game and how we try to impact young people as players. So I don't think you have to I think you can have a relationship with somebody and still compete like crazy when you play against each other, but it's really not personal. The outcome of the game is really not personal. You're doing the best you can to get your team to play the best, and I respect that as a coach. And, we're going to do the best we can to get our team to play their best as a coach, and hopefully, people respect that. So, but at the end of the day, does it have to affect your relationship? I don't think so. I don't think you have to dislike somebody or have an adversarial relationship with somebody to actually compete against them.
That is Coach Saban. Coach Saban heading into this Iron Bowl. By the way, it's the 88th Iron Bowl. He is 4-4 down on the Plains. And remember the last time they were down there, took multiple overtimes. We talked about it with Derek Mason, the former defensive coordinator down there.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
a 97-yard drive led by Bryce Young.
All I'll say is one is as good as 100 in that game.
24-22.
Yeah.
In four overtimes.
Yeah. It's nothing easy going back and play on the road in the SEC. There's nothing easy about it.
But that little voodoo that they have down there at Jordan-Hare.
Yeah, I just think it's a rivalry game. I mean, it's a true rivalry game where you can throw out the record. I mean, we were 5 and we were 4 and 6 my sophomore year and ended up winning the game. I mean, and Auburn was in a top 10 team, and we went out there and ran the ball right at them.
Coach Saban,
you just never know. I mean, it's a true rivalry game.
There's no question about that. Coach Saban on playing at Auburn.
Well, I think it's, if we're going to have success there, we're going to have to execute. I mean, anytime you play on the road in this league, it's a difficult place to play. This is no different. But, people talk about all the crazy stuff that happens in this game. But since I've been here, the team that should have won the game based on who played the best. So I think the focus needs to be on, how we're going to play and how we're going to execute and do what we do and what kind of consistency are we going to be able to maintain in a difficult environment, which, we've had this challenge several times before, and this one's going to be just as difficult as any of the rest.
Yeah, so there you go.
Coach Freeze is ticked off, and he has good reason to be ticked off after what his team showed on the field on Saturday.
Because I'm so ticked off at the way we played. I think the biggest temptation you have right now is trying to make sure you don't overdo the game plan and try to do too much because, of you think you got to do this, and this to have a chance to win against, one of the elite teams in the country. But so I think you got to guard against that for sure. I don't, the over amped up I haven't sensed because most everybody I've seen, it's like they're in a fog from what happened Saturday, and we've got to snap out of that fast. And so I need to see a little amped up come practice today and tomorrow.
That's a little bit of Coach Freeze and Coach Saban from earlier today.
Yeah, I just, if they play like Arkansas, I give Auburn a chance. If they play like they did Saturday, the game will be over at halftime.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking, and listen, I'm not trying to take anything. The job that guy's done at New Mexico State,
Jerry Kill,
is unbelievable.
He took a team into Bama in 2003 and beat Alabama when he was at New Mexico State with Michael the Burner Turner. So
when was this?
2003.
I don't even remember what happened in 2003. Who was the coach?
Would that have been? Was that either the first year of Shula or the last year of Fran?
New Mexico State.
I'm sorry, I said it wrong.
About?
Northern Illinois.
Yeah,
Northern Illinois.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Mexico State. I don't think we'd ever lost to Mexico State. In fact, that's the first time New Mexico State's ever beat an SEC school.
In fact, Auburn beat New Mexico State in the 2012 year.
Yeah, New Mexico State has never beaten an SEC school until Saturday.
Yeah, and that was not a banner year for Auburn in 2012. And let's see here, who was the coach? That was Mike Shula's first year.
Well, this guy's a good
in
coach.
2003.
That was a very well-prepared team.
1916, Northern Illinois won on September 20th that year.
I just couldn't believe how inept the Auburn's offense was after last week. They finally, and then they didn't throw it to 13 enough. I mean, he had a touchdown. He had the only touchdown of the game, and you got to find a way to get him the ball. And I don't know why the quarterback's eating the ball. Throw the dadgum ball, He was seeing the rush at the end in the fourth quarter. And that's something that you just don't overcome. That's the quarterback's what I would be worried about. To me, I watched him in the first quarter.
It's a big deal.
And to me, Auburn has to, and I think they'll do this anyway, is have to get the ball out really quick. Absolutely, really quick. So he doesn't get hit, because obviously getting hit was bothering him Saturday.
One of the bigger moments in college football happened on Saturday, and it involved the University of North Alabama, UNA, darting out to a 13-0 advantage over Florida State. Kudos to the Lions for getting some pub there, but then the gruesome injury to the Florida State quarterback. Now, whether or not we're going to see anything initially from the playoff committee tomorrow and their rankings, I wouldn't think so. And it's because, one, they're still undefeated, and two, I immediately think of 2014 with Ohio State getting the job done with their third-string quarterback, of seeing how they.
Florida State. I think I think will drop was Michigan. I mean, Michigan looked horrible in that game. I don't know if you watched that game.
I did not watch.
A horrible call on third down gave Michigan. It was 26-20. Maryland has the ball, or 25-20. Anyway, they were down. It might have been a little bit surrounded. They're down by 5 points.
So you think they're primed for the picking this week?
Who, Michigan?
Michigan.
If they play,
they're
like
at
they did,
home.
Yeah, I don't. If they play like they did last week, yes. They haven't played well in 2 weeks.
31-24, the win over Maryland.
Yeah, and in that game, they listen. I'd line up and play SEC school, the top 3 SEC schools. I'd play Michigan anywhere they wanted to play, as long as their refs stayed at home. Because the last 2 years, they have totally jobbed Maryland. Basically, the quarterback bounce pass while he was in the end zone. Hit the ball, hit 6 yards in front of the guy.
You talking McCartney or Tua? Or
Talia.
Talia
from Maryland is in the end zone. He throws the ball. It bounces to the guy. He's under pressure.
Yeah.
He's throwing it to the guy. It bounces. They call intentional grounding.
Intentional.
And safety.
It was first down, watch too. That. I'll have to watch that.
It's awful. I mean,
that was the only point scored in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and yeah, I watched the second half, and yeah, I know there are a lot of people that are concerned about Alabama winning out. First of all, they have to do it. They got 2 tough games. Auburn on the road.
If they win out, they're going to the playoffs.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't think they are. They're fighting for that on TV pretty hard. Here's the thing, though.
An SEC champ is not going to be.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, they're anyway. That all being said, if Oregon, Washington, or Ohio State or Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Go in front of a number 1. Alabama's played the toughest schedule.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
You're rewarding these people for not playing anybody.
That's right.
Everything they say about schedule strength, all that, they're not they're not going to be in the top 40 schedules. So you're talking about the number 1 schedule. Anyway, I just think it's ridiculous.
Well, a year from now,
and why aren't they?
We're looking at on the possibility of we'd be talking about Ole Miss was still with a chance for a playoff seed, LSU with a chance for a playoff seed, Oregon State with a chance for a playoff seed.
Oh yeah, it's going to be that's next year though. I
know. I know.
Yeah, I'm not worried about next year.
I know.
I'm not. I don't know if it's going to come to pass anyway. I watched Georgia. Georgia's probably the most improved team in the SEC. It's hard to say for somebody.
The Tennessee game was surgical.
They just get better every week. They've gotten better every week.
Well, they did have a bust early, and
I mean, they're not going to hold people from not scoring at all.
I realize that.
Yeah,
but all it did was tick them off, and they just focused right on in.
I don't think it really ticked them off. I think they just played and play. The weakness that Georgia does have is their inside linebackers are not great. They aren't. They're good, but they're not great.
Yeah.
And they're trying to play a young guy there.
Well, Johnson is still hurt, and he's kind of the leader defensively that they've still been playing without. They hope to have him back, at least from what I heard from Kirby today, for the SEC championship game a week
they'll
from
need
Saturday.
him because that's who's going to have to make the tackles. Because the down guys are going to be blocked.
Yeah.
And that's when Alabama has trouble moving the ball, they've had trouble getting to the linebackers. And when the linebackers haven't been any good, they've dominated the game.
Well, Sagarin has loved Bama all year long, and they actually dropped a little bit in the latest standings. It's Michigan 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, Bama 4. Bama's been locked in number 3.
Are the 4 best teams. I
think so, too.
I wouldn't have them in that order, but I think they are the 4 best teams.
Oregon's 5, Penn State 6. Again, this is Sagarin's rankings. Texas, Kansas State, Oklahoma, and LSU round out your top 10. Where's Ole Miss? Ole Miss checks in at number 16. They didn't look like they were locked in early, but they took care of business.
Yeah, that was they actually scored on the first drive and then went to pot. So
yeah,
they did not move the ball very well. Of course, Terry Bowden,
Louisiana Monroe
had a really good drive. The only one drive they had, they scored a field goal. Yeah. But it was one of those things, they were running the ball. It's hard to get up for these games, and I think you're better off sometimes with a younger team.
And it's a short week as well for Ole Miss.
They play Thursday.
Thursday down in Starkville, taking on Mississippi State.
They lost that game last year.
They did. And be the last game there for Coach Leach. Unfortunately.
Yes.
256-576-4977. LSU Lynch starts us off on the phone lines. How are you, Lynch?
How y'all doing?
We're good. We're at full moon. Come on by.
Well, let me tell you just what happened was. I don't know what's more funny. You hear me? Having to listen to these Auburn. Now let me tell you this. Auburn, I needed you to lose on Saturday because I don't picked you to go 6, and that's it. Thank you, New Mexico State. Thank you.
Well, I think it, as far as I'll never pull for a team to get beat by out of conference.
No, that just looks bad on the conference.
It really does. That was a bad loss.
Really was. Thank you, Lynch. Appreciate the phone call there. That's another interesting matchup coming up this week in what is rivalry week as LSU takes on Texas A&M. That's an 11 a.m. kick, by the way, on ESPN this Saturday. Don't forget, Arkansas and Missouri is a Friday game. That's Friday with a kick time of 3 o'clock Central on CBS. And at least I did hear Sam Pittman today and got the old vote of confidence from Hunter Yurachek, the athletic director at Arkansas. So Sam Pittman is full steam ahead for 2024. I guess it does kind of depend a little bit on how his kids play Friday, against Missouri. Missouri, tough football team, although they're gettable. But we'll see how Arkansas plays. But I did watch at least a little bit of the FIU game, and that was tough to watch at times, especially defensively. Arkansas winner, though, 45-20 over the Panthers of FIU. Since that was LSU Lynch, boy, there is a strong rumor that is starting to get picked up by some notable, credible folks out there in the meeting, in the media world, that Harbaugh is leaving to the NFL.
Well, they're going. I hear the NCAA is going to suspend him for all next year. And that's what I'm hearing right now.
That's not breaking news. The breaking news, at least that more people are running with, is who would be the potential replacement for Harbaugh, and he's at LSU.
Yeah, I don't see that.
It's Brian Kelly.
Yeah. Do you see that happening? I don't see that happening.
Well, I didn't see Brian Kelly going from Notre Dame to LSU. So, is it possible? Yeah, sure, it's possible, but I don't see that immediately happening there for Brian Kelly with what he is building there at LSU. Or maybe he's already worn out his welcome, and I don't know. So
I think there's a lot of mixed reviews, I would say.
Has made it to Atlanta last year. Does have a Western Division championship. To get to Atlanta, they don't hand those things out, although division's going away next year.
Right. Well, he actually tied.
But he beat Bama.
Yes. He won the tiebreaker.
Yes, he did. Only on for an hour today. We're walking you up to Crimson Tide Rewind. We'll talk a little bit about Alabama and how they looked against Chattanooga. And that pesky word targeting. Once again, if you didn't see it, we'll kind of walk through that a little bit.
There was no question that was targeted.
I realize that. I do.
It's obviously he didn't mean to, but who does? I mean, they act like you can just,
just stop on a dime and be done with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, put his head on a pillow. Let's take our first time out. 256-576-4977 is the telephone number. We'll be back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hi, folks. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford's Thanksgiving sales event. This is the time of year to give thanks for all the good things in our lives. And at Woody Anderson Ford, we give thanks that you're driving a Ford. Right now, we've got financing as low as 2.9% for up to 60 months on 2023 Explorer and Bronco Sport, plus $1,500 in bonus cash. Even our 2023 F-150 Crew Cab has $1,500 bonus cash and financing as low as 3.9%. And our lease rates are great, too. 2023 Bronco Sport, $389 a month. 23 Explorer, $537 a month. And our 23 F-150 Crew Cab, just $449 a month, plus $3,000 in total trade assistance and red carpet lease cash. These are 36-month leases with $36.95 on Bronco Sport, $49.21 on Explorer, and $51.51 on F-150 due at signing. Zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. These offers end November 30th. Call 539-9441 for complete details. It's Woody Anderson Ford's Thanksgiving sales event, and we hope to see you soon.
Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama. There's nothing like the freedom you feel when you're on the water in your own boat from Freedom Marine in Guntersville. And when it's time to get your boat ready for cold weather, Freedom Marine is your best choice to winterize your boat so it's ready to go next spring. If you've been thinking about a new boat, Freedom Marine has a great selection on sale now with some of the biggest discounts they've had in a decade. For new and used boats, outboard sales, financing, service, and parts, it's Freedom Marine. Highway 431 in Guntersville and online at freedommarincenter.com.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked the reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Did you know that average home equity is at an all-time high? But so is average consumer debt. Even though rates are higher now, you can use your equity to pay off your high consumer debt, student loans, etc., then refi when the rates drop. Don't put off that new home purchase. When rates drop, prices will go up. Buy now and get the best price and then refi when the rates drop. This is the time to talk to the experts at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com for more information.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
Chapman Commercial Realty, your source for Alabama commercial real estate. Chapman Commercial Realty has the experience and expertise you're looking for when making commercial real estate decisions. If it's office space, retail space, investment property, or project development, Chapman Commercial Realty is your answer. Call Bill Chapman today at 256-656-8413. That's 256-656-8413. Or find them online at ChapmanCommercialRealty.com.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at WoodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
This hour is, you heard right there, brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at WoodyAndersonFord.com, along with West Neighbors. Steve Moulton back here with you from Full Moon Barbecue. Pick up the sides right here at Full Moon Barbecue for your Thanksgiving feast coming up on Thursday. 256-576-4977, the telephone number. Kirby Smart spoke today. Clean, old-fashioned hate is this week for the Georgia Bulldogs as they head to Atlanta to Grant Field, take down that team that gets institutionalized. That would be the Georgia Institute of Technology. And Coach was asked, well, let's break down the growth of Carson Beck. Break it down for me, Coach.
Yeah, what's allowed Carson to be as consistent as he has been, especially over the sort of the second half of the season with what he's doing on a week-by-week basis?
Protection, scheme, hard work on his part. That's probably it. Protection, scheme, hard work on his part, watching tape, and really good skill player play.
So that's the breakdown there from Kirby Smart.
And he's absolutely right. He's only as good as those guys around him.
Yeah.
He is seeing the field better. They're protecting him better too, and he is and the guys are getting open. That's the other thing. I mean, but some of the throws he made were anticipated throws, I guess.
Yeah.
He threw them before they were thrown into holes before they got to the holes. That takes a lot of confidence to do that. And he was doing it against Tennessee. I was impressed because he looked like he got sacked or hit one or that time he fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
And he looked for just a second like, oh, this is not good. And then next play you could see it just got calmed down, made some plays, and just dissected Tennessee. The whole football team it was apparent to me the first time they scored that game was over.
There is a couple of people to keep an eye on this week if you're a Bama fan out there. Ladd McConkey, most notably, an ankle situation with Ladd.
Yeah, he's got a tweaked ankle that he tweaked in the game here at home. He was able to go a little bit some at the end of the week but didn't practice much. It bothered him a little bit Saturday, but nothing any more severe than that. I mean, we've done MRI since the game and doing even more testing, but feel good that he's going to be able to return. It's not, I guess, somebody said right before I came in here, Claude said there's questions about tightrope surgery. That's not the case at all. I don't know where that's coming from.
On the subject of tightrope surgery, Brock Bowers.
He looked fine, too.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, both those guys are fighting to get back. They're week to week and trying to get back as soon as they can. Brock feels good. I think he's a little sore. What's happening is he's on his ankle more during the game, and obviously getting live tackled and the catches he got, there's more soreness after the game than there is during the week. So the recovery takes a little longer with that process. So, we go lighter on him early in the week because if you don't, he'll overwork himself. So that's been the plan each week.
He's fine. Yeah, nothing wrong with him. He's going to be just fine.
Coach Heupel also addressed the media today.
You know, he might be the best tight end at 3/4 speed.
Very well could be.
Yeah, serious.
Coach Heupel, give me a review of the film of what you saw up there on Rocky Top.
Attitude was good. Disappointed, which is what you expect and what you would want on a Monday morning, is you go back and review the film with them before you get out on the grass. This is a prideful group. I've said that. We haven't always played, what we think as well as we think we can at certain portions of football games. Disappointed with last week's result, certainly, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of work that goes into it from the time they step foot back on campus in January. This is our next opportunity. We need to go take full advantage of it. Once we got out on the grass today, I like the energy from it.
And it's Coach Heupel as they prep for Vanderbilt. Vandy coming off of their second bye. You in particular never really bought into the Tennessee. Did you pick Tennessee to win the East?
I picked Tennessee to win the East, but I thought everybody had
more
losses.
for spite for me.
No, it was, kind of. But I thought they'd be better than they were. But this summer, I was like.
A lot of key injuries.
Yeah, well, a lot of key injuries, but it's just kind of. I didn't think Georgia would be as good as they have gotten.
Yeah, especially along the defensive line.
I thought Tennessee was going to be great. I just didn't think that Georgia would be as good at this point as they are, and that just tips your hat to Kirby and the job he's done.
Bryce is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, Bryce?
Good, gentlemen. Gentlemen, what is Brian Kelly's buyout? That'll settle that real quick.
What is his buyout?
See, I don't know that. Bryce, I have no idea. This is.
I want to say it's in the $60 million range.
Going to pay it. But I'd like them to be at. I never liked Brian Kelly, and I never thought he would be good at LSU because he beat Saban that 1 year. Everybody jumped on his bandwagon.
They lost to Texas A&M last year.
They lost 4 games last year. Huh?
I just never thought.
Yeah.
And now you're going to have a new quarterback. Now you got to give them credit for developing this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact they can win with that defense, a game, it's unbelievable.
But that quarterback, if they didn't have him, they would be about 4-7.
There's probably some truth to that. There's probably some truth to that, but they do have them. So,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think I was shocked to hear that Brian Kelly might go to Michigan, and Michigan still has a coach. So I'm not really worried about it.
So
there's a lot that hadn't happened yet for that to even be talked about. Michigan still has a coach.
That's true.
I mean, we're sitting here talking about this.
Like it's a fact.
Yeah,
he's
leaving.
Not. By the way, his buyout is $3 million if he leaves before December 31st of this calendar year.
Well, that won't be a problem then. And I'm pretty sure I think Jimmy's got him too. I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I bet he does. It feels like he's got just about everybody in the Rolodex.
Guys, before I forget, I need to ask y'all a question. Where's Legacy Golf Club at?
Where's Where's where?
Legacy Golf Club.
Are you talking about Ledges?
Yeah, Ledges.
Or Legacy? Ledges is kind of like in South Huntsville on a little mountain across from the Target.
Yeah.
Target
shopping
center. Yeah.
It's on.
You got to go through the
St.
gate.
Jones Valley, absolutely.
Yeah, you got to go up the mountain.
Yeah. St. Jones
It's
Valley.
called Legacy. It's Legacy.
The Ledges. The Ledges.
The reason why I asked guys, Coach Wimp is going to be there tomorrow night, and I'm going to go see Coach Wimp.
So you're going to the quarterback club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Ledges.
I've met Wimp before. Okay. And it's called Legends.
Ledges. You'll figure out why they call it Ledges when you get there.
When you get up there, you'll figure out there's there's a ledge all around.
Up on the mountain.
Yes. It's not on the big mountain. It's on a little mountain.
Okay. All right. I thought it was out George Valley, but I wanted to make sure because it starts at 6 o'clock. I'm going to go out there and see him. But Sonny's not coming because of his wife, but Scott Griffith's coming, from Birmingham.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be
this is...
But I was just curious where that was. But look, Alabama needs to go out and do what they've been doing, start fast, and don't let up, and we'll have no problems down there. We go out there and mess around, let them get crowd in the game. It's going to be interesting.
Thank you, Bryce. Appreciate the phone call. Yeah. Glad we could give you some directions for tomorrow night. That ought to be a whole lot of fun up there on the Ledges. But let's dive into more. How much of the Chattanooga game did you watch?
Oh, I try to watch either on YouTube or the thing of all Alabama Auburn's games.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched a lot of it, yes.
So targeting was the proper call.
There's no question about that. Yeah.
Just hate it that it was senior day and
what he's going to do. I mean,
Brazel.
He just nobody blocked him. He went straight to the quarterback and I mean, the guys on the radio. I was listening on the radio at that time, and of course I went back and looked at it later. But basically, they just said he's gone. There's no doubt it's targeted. So, and then you look at it, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
So, it's just one of those.
Bama looked locked in.
Yeah, Alabama is. I'm not so sure Georgia and Alabama Saturday were the two best teams. Of course, Georgia played Tennessee, which is at Tennessee, which is a lot harder than playing UTC in Tuscaloosa. So, I'm not trying to compare the two. I thought Georgia looked like a team that should be favored by 4 against Alabama. That's what where we're getting to. Alabama has to take care of business, and so does Georgia for that matter. Georgia's like to give it a couple away this year. But they're getting
South
better.
Carolina in particular.
Yeah, they're getting better, and I think you'll see. It
was really cool to see Luke Schomburg out there get the start for the Mocs. He is from Sparkman High School, a Senator, but he is the backup quarterback. Although, as well as congratulations to the Mocs for making the playoffs, as well as that was released yesterday afternoon that they did in fact make the FCS playoffs for the Mocs. But quarterback-wise, Dylan Lonergan, statistically he was 2 for 2. Ty Simpson was 4 for 6. What did you see from the backup quarterbacks?
As I said the whole time, they can win with those guys. I mean, you saw why Ty Simpson's not starting, though. It's maturity level.
I was hoping you'd go there.
Well, I mean, it's just maturity level, and
growing.
It's just he's not there. I mean, he's not, and he showed it. I mean, he showed it. First of all, his talent. He has arm talent. He knows where to go with the ball. He's getting better. You can tell his confidence is going up with the team as it goes. But you see, he's not slow. He's pretty fast.
Yes.
And and then he couldn't wait to. He had his dance playing, all that. Come on now, act like you've been there. That's what Coach Stallings used to say. Of course, he got it from the big guy. And he, you go there, toss it to the ref. You go to the there's a ref, and you turn, you go in the end zone, you turn, you don't let go of the ball.
Yeah.
Until you find a ref to hand it to him.
I was really hoping you'd go there because this.
And then I was mad at the other guys
dropping the yeah
for not picking it up either.
Yeah, not doing.
You go watch a tape when Connor played at LSU. How many times he went up and picked? You always pick that ball up. It's what you're fighting for.
That's right.
No matter what, somebody needs to go pick. Especially the rules now, because if it's a fumble, and nobody from UTC picked it up
either. Yeah, and
pick it up.
Next play was a touchdown.
Yeah. So, I mean, because nobody picked it up.
Exactly.
So, it's just, if somebody just would have went and picked the football up off the ground.
Yeah.
Even if it's the other team. And go hand it to the ref.
Hand it to the ref. You would own the football.
Yes. And it just drives me crazy. And, you know, when he did it, I was mad at him before I knew that.
He dropped it before the goal line.
Yeah. I mean, and then
this thing was a thing like about 8 years ago and drove me bananas then.
Somebody did it last week in the NFL. I didn't see it.
I saw a replay of it.
Yeah, so, I mean, but him standing behind Coach Saban, Coach Saban looked like, you know, if he looked at him, he might have had a stroke. He called him going nuts.
By the way,
then they sent him back in the game, and people were on the Instagram saying, I can't believe he put him back in the game. I don't think he had a choice to put him back in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think he had a choice.
Yeah.
I think because he's trying to build this kid up, not tear him down.
Exactly.
And he's trying to let him learn. And maybe this is the thing that puts him over the hump, the embarrassment. You see how red he was?
Oh, yeah.
He looked like he laid out at the beach all day. I mean, and then, Lonergan, you can see it. Kick and play. Those guys, I've said all year, I thought, now I never saw the other guy who didn't play.
Buckner?
Yeah, Buckner.
Yeah.
I seen him play one time. And he looked like
we all saw that.
He looked like me throwing the ball.
We all saw that.
And I'll go to my grave saying that was done on purpose by Coach.
So that was the one question I was waiting to hear today during the press conference for Coach Saban of what kind of message did you have for Ty Simpson post game and maybe a learning moment through film study on what not to do.
Oh, I guarantee you they ran it back 30 times.
At least.
Yeah, I guarantee you they were laughing in the damn quarterback room, too. Because he went over there that stupid dance.
Yes.
At least go over there and do the dance with the ball in your hand.
Do the dance with the football in your hand.
Yeah, I don't.
Instead, he gets credited for a 78-yard run.
Well, at least it's not a fumble. Yeah, I guess he did get a fumble recovered by.
Well, it was
ref.
nobody. Yeah, it was a dead ball. It was just nobody. All you have to do, I found this out as well from an official, that you don't even have to pick it up. All you have to do is put your hand on the ball.
Why don't just pick it up? It's just easier. Pick it up. Because if you put your hand on the ball, somebody else goes and pick it up, then it's theirs. Once you pick it up, it's dead. So, yeah, you should always, I mean, that's just. Yeah, it's so hard to fight to get that little ball. One of the best, Kool-Aid has been. I mean, how many punts has he dropped this year?
Yep.
I get it's
at least
7 or 8. I think it's close to.
I was going to say half a dozen, but
yeah, I think it's and it's obvious that whatever mojo he has is left and. And I think he's trying to do too much now because he hadn't had it. And he put
Downs.
What a run.
Yeah.
And he's a lot faster than I thought he was.
Yeah.
Of course, it's UTC chasing him. So.
Well.
But he's going to get – so that's you got to pay attention now to that. And I wouldn't be surprised to see both him and Kool-Aid back there in certain situations. That'd be interesting. So –
we're going to hear more from Coach Freeze on the other side of our final timeout. Final call for phone calls as we're live here from Full Moon Barbecue. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Our customers want best-in-class solutions. That's why we've recently added many new vendors like Zebra barcode printers. Our next level team has added premier automation solutions. We're not here to sell you just one product, and we love helping you find the right solution to your specific needs. That's what doing the right thing is all about, and that's why our customers have come back for over 50 years.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Work injuries happen in Alabama all the time, whether it's an accident at work, getting injured, lifting heavy objects, hurting your hands on a machine, or just performing the same movement over and over until your body breaks down. But when it happens, there's only one law firm to call in Alabama. That's Pond, Lehocky, Giordano. For personalized legal support, reach out to Pond Lehocky at 855-774-3838 or pondlehocky.com.
The representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. The End Zone Sports Bar has done it again. This time, they're bringing their jumbo wings, handcrafted burgers, Tex-Mex, and New York-style pizza to the Midtown District with their new location on McMurtry Drive Northwest opposite the Target Plaza. Tuesdays at the End Zone means half-price burgers, and Wednesday is $1 jumbo wings all day long. The End Zone also features Sunday ticket for all your NFL viewing. The newest End Zone Sports Bar in the Midtown District on McMurtry near the Target Plaza. Get in the End Zone.
Hi, folks. Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford's Thanksgiving sales event. This is the time of year to give thanks for all the good things in our lives. And at Woody Anderson Ford, we give thanks that you're driving a Ford. Right now, we've got financing as low as 2.9% for up to 60 months on 2023 Explorer and Bronco Sport, plus $1,500 in bonus cash. Even our 2023 F-150 Crew Cab has $1,500 bonus cash and financing as low as 3.9%. And our lease rates are great too. 2023 Bronco Sport, $389 a month. 23 Explorer, $537 a month. And our 23 F-150 Crew Cab, just $449 a month, plus $3,000 in total trade assistance and red carpet lease cash. These are 36-month leases with $36.95 on Bronco Sport, $49.21 on Explorer, and $51.51 on F-150 due at signing. Zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. These offers end November 30th. Call 539-9441 for complete details. It's Woody Anderson Ford's Thanksgiving sales event, and we hope to see you soon.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Emily Owen. For this Monday night, scattered showers and thunderstorms going to be possible. Some of these storms could be on the stronger side with damaging wind gusts and heavy rainfall. Otherwise, we'll see low temperatures fall into the upper 50s for the overnight. We could also see gusty winds as high as 45 miles per hour. Heading into your Tuesday, a few lingering showers possible. It'll be breezy at times. High temperatures expected to top out in the upper 60s for the afternoon, and it looks like we'll sit under a cloudy sky. I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen on your home for ESPN Radio 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Hi, this is Eli Gold, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Join us every week for Alabama football right here.
Listen to Alabama football all season long on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Well, since he brought us in to our final segment, don't know if you heard, but Eli Gold will be on the call Saturday for the 88th Iron Bowl. It'll be fun to hear Eli on a road game coming up this Saturday. And, of course, we'll have the coverage for you beginning at 11:30 coming up on Saturday. Even though we here on the show will be done after Wednesday due to Thanksgiving, all day Thursday, we are going to do an Iron Bowl replay day. And right now, I have the 1989 Iron Bowl, the 09 Iron Bowl, the 2021 Iron Bowl, and that will lead right into Havoc Hockey as they play again Thursday night, taking on the Peoria Rivermen. Friday, we have Alabama basketball as they take on Ohio State, and then we'll join in progress Madison Academy's game against Sylvania. That's round 3 of the 3A playoffs, and Sylvania, the squad that bounced the Mustangs last year in the second round. We'll see how that fares. That is at Madison Academy, by the way, and I mentioned it already. The Iron Bowl coverage Saturday starts at 11:30. UAH Georgia basketball. The women will tip at 2, the men will tip at 4, and that'll be over on Zone 2. So you need to download our app. Just search 977 ESPN in your Google Marketplace or your Apple Store. So Coach Freeze was asked several questions. He actually started his press conference about 15 minutes early today, and the offensive and defensive line was a sore subject to bring up for Coach.
Yeah, a lesson in humility, for sure. But I will say, offensively, I think we could have run the ball. We never had we never had the chance, truthfully, and that's not an excuse. We had 42 true offensive plays, and and as the game went on, it was obvious that they were controlling the clock very well, and you've got to press a little bit. And whenever we did get on schedule, we shot ourselves in the foot with a penalty. And so I'm not sure how effective we could have been running the ball or not, truthfully. And it was just that type of game. But the most discouraging thing is our inability to get off the field and to stop their explosive plays defensively. And so it was, but as good as we were, offensive line, defensive line, special teams at Arkansas, we were equally as bad in all three Saturday.
The very first question.
But he just contradicted. First he said they thought they could run the ball, then he said they couldn't. I don't know.
The very first question Hugh Freeze was asked, can this team beat Alabama?
I don't know yet. Sure hope so. That's part of, you play this game or coach this game long enough, you're going to have some of those, and how you respond to it will determine a lot about you as a team and as a person. And I wish I had a better pulse for that, but I haven't seen them yet. And met with the Culture Council this morning. I like their response. But that's going to be a good test for all of us to see how we respond.
Oh, they can beat them. Alabama's going to have to play bad, and they're going to have to play a lot better than they did Saturday.
So
when I say bad, they're going to have to turn the ball. They got to help them. And Alabama's not been helping people lately.
The forecast for tomorrow, I realize there's some rain coming in later on tonight, by the way, but if you're wearing an Auburn jersey tomorrow, it's pain.
Tuesday's practice needs to be physical. It needs to set the tone of what this game's going to be like, and you're going to get punched in the mouth in this game, and you better be ready to respond. And it's going to be a physical test of your will and of you physically also. And so Tuesday needs to it can't be that totally, but it needs to set that tone.
Mark from Spring Hill joins us. How are you, Mark?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for taking my call. Just real quick, I like the selection. You have 2009. I was at that game with I got to sit with Van Tiffin and the Tiffin family, and I think Lee Tiffin was the kicker then. And that game came. Auburn came out, got up 14-0 on Alabama, and
that's right.
About half the Tiffins went to the motorhome. But Van did not. Van knew better. And so, but as long as I could tell you more about that story, but I won't. But here's the thing. That Alabama team was undefeated. That Alabama team had not had the culture of champions. That was, Julio and McElroy put together a miraculous drive at the end to get them, to get that game won. But what I was going to ask you guys is, really, if you look at this, and I mentioned this morning on the morning show, everyone talks about how, you never know, you can throw the records out. But if you really look at this game, the favorite, the team that's the better team, and, clearly it's better, playing better, all that team normally wins in this series, and especially under Coach Saban. 2010 might be the only that one with the kick, and then the kick. Let's see, that's what Cam.
I can go over a couple. Yeah, I can go over a couple.
I still see that ball getting punched out from the Auburn defender, from Mark Ingram going down, and how it stayed on that trajectory, I'll never know.
No, I believe it was coming right to me. It was unbelievable.
So you were at that game too. You know how it was. I mean, they were ramming jamming and Brian Denny.
Oh yeah, I don't blame him. I've been happy too.
But here's the good news for Tide fans, and I'll let you go. We're going to go down there, Wes, and you know this. We're playing great. We're confident. I thought we played maybe our best game. You don't know it because it's Chattanooga, but you've played the game. I would like you to comment on this statement. I'll let you go. I think we got better from Kentucky to Chattanooga, and I really do think this is an Alabama team that's going to be something special when we get to the end of the year.
Yeah, well, they got a chance to show it. I agree. They're playing really well. They got to keep getting better, keep playing, doing the right things every week, and they got to go down there in a tough environment. And really, what they need to do is just stick it to Auburn, score the first 3 or 4 times they have the ball, and take all, leave. What do they say? Leave no doubt. That's what you get. Because the longer you keep them in it.
Yeah. I believe Coach Saban is known for saying, make their ass quit.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I was doing the Titans, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't forget Full Moon Barbecue for your Thanksgiving trimmings, from sweet potato casserole to mashed potatoes and great gravy, as well as their award-winning squash casserole. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman, or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at North Alabama Mortgage. Are you thinking about home improvements? Well, use your equity now and refi later. Or use your equity to eliminate consumer debt forever, then refi to a lower rate and shorter term when rates drop. North Alabama Mortgage can also help you if you're thinking about buying an investment